there! Today I bring you a pen that was requested quite a lot for reviews, and then my main man Bill sent me one. Thanks a lot, Bill, I appreciate it. And the pen we're talking about is, of course, the JetPens Chibi. Chibi, as I understand it, is Japanese slang for a short person or a child, and this is indeed a small pen. It's a little reminiscent of a Pilot, the small one, Petit one, that's the name. It even has a similar color, this one. I think this is a pretty interesting pen. It's only a few dollars, so it's not an expensive one. I'm going to cover the parts of the pen, tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then I'll do a writing sample. Okay, top of the pen, finial, all of this is plastic, right? You're buying an inexpensive pen, this is what you get. The finial, nothing on it, no logo, whatever. It has JetPens.com on the clip. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's on there. And then we have the barrel, and at the end of the barrel there is also, again, pretty much nothing. The pen just comes off. The clip is plastic. You can definitely snap this off, but it's not terrible quality, I would say. Then you have the section, tapers down, and you have the cap lip right there. There are no threads, it just pops off. And then you have the nib. And the nib has the ominous words Iridium Point Germany on there. And it is a fine nib, I would say. What I very much appreciated in this pen, I thought it was pretty cool, is the see-through section, which makes for a pretty cool visual, where you can actually see the nib stuck in there with ink, and the section is just cool. And then you unscrew the barrel. It is a match made in heaven with the Monteverde mini converter, which just fits perfectly, which is very cool if you like to use bottled ink. And if you don't, you can use standard international cartridges. Or, you ask, maybe convert it to eyedropper fill pen. No, because there are holes in the end of the barrel, unfortunately. But of course you could plug these with epoxy, what some people do. But by default, as you buy it, you cannot use this as an eyedropper fill pen. Okay, as to writing, a very small pen. You're talking definitely about a short E there. You can post it, and it actually posts securely. It's definitely tight. And then when you hold it, you have a, I would say, decently sized pen. For me, unposted, it's not usable. It disappears in my hand. Okay, what do I like about the pen? What do I not like about it? Low price. It's always good if you're starting out with a pen, you're not sure if you want to get into this hobby. It's always interesting to be able to pick up a fountain pen for a couple of dollars, especially if it's refillable, as this is, which is very cool. I also like the fact that this has an actual feed. The Pilot Petit 1, which I mentioned before, I have reviewed that. You can find the link to the review on my website, StephenBrown.com. The Petit 1 has an odd wick type feed, which, yeah, it's a little hard to describe, but it's basically a wick that is stuck into the section that connects to the ink supply. This pen has an actual comb feed, which is nice. I like the fact that they use a nib that actually looks like a nib. It has a nib size. Call it pet peeve. I don't really like hooded nibs. It looks nice and decent. Okay, so I like that. I like the, I mean, the neon, well, yellowish plastic. It's pretty cute. I would say this works very well for children, but even for us, you know, adults, it's nice to have a knockabout pen. Okay, what do I not like about the pen? To be honest, I'm not so thrilled about the performance. The nib is very, yeah, I would say it is very fine, but also very sharp. It collects paper fibers very quickly, even of more expensive papers, and the result of that is a much thicker line because paper fibers get stuck in the nib. It starts to skip, and it runs dry. The feed is adequate. It's not that it runs dry because of that. If you use extremely light pressure and you make sure you don't scrape it across the paper, you get a decent writing performance. But to be honest, I found it a fairly scratchy nib, which gave quite a lot of feedback, and for me, the picking up paper fibers really is an issue because it happened every time I used it. Having said that, this being so cheap, this would be a very good practice pen you can use to smooth a nib, or make a nib a little bit wetter, for example. Because a few dollars, if you ruin it, You don't have to be particularly sad, and you can just pull out the nib and feed the friction fit, and it is an actual nib, not a hooded nib, so it's fairly easy and exposed, easy to work with. I think that is very cool. In all, would I buy this? Probably not. But if you're starting out, you could give this a shot, but bear in mind, most fountain pens will be smoother than this, just so you know. Unless I got a bit of a lemon, slightly lemon colored I guess, but there you have it. Okay, Bill, thanks a lot for sending me this. Let's do a writing sample next, but before we do this, a couple of measurements. The weight is 10 grams in all, it's a light one. The capped length is 11.4 centimeters. Uncapped it's 9.3 centimeters. Posted is 13.6 centimeters. The section diameter is uniform at 10 millimeters, and the barrel is 12 millimeters. Okay, let's see how it writes. I hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye. Alright, here we go with the JetPens Chibi with Iro Shizuku Chikurin. I half forgot the name, so I write it illegibly, then you have to figure it out yourself. The nib is a fine. You may hear a little bit of scratch. That's because the nib is scratchy and it's collecting paper fibers as we go. Do some fast writing. And the pen runs dry. Let's prime the feet a little bit. Or a lot. And there you go. Alright, wetness, well of course slightly unfair because I have just primed the feet, but even so it is not a super wet pen. Line variation, you can see you can squeeze out a little bit, but the pen also starts to railroad quite quickly. But it is a pen, you may get away with some line variation, although already it starts to run dry again. Reverse writing, it's picking up a lot of paper fibers to the point where it becomes much broader just because of the fibers that it's dragging across the paper. So there you have it. Bill, thanks a lot for sending me this pen. It was a fascinating one to try out. Guys, I hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye.